Here's an example of what to do. Joni is a 13-year-old soccer player, but this story applies to any sport. With her parents in the stands and her whole team watching and holding their breath at the end of the game, she misses a final penalty kick on goal that would have tied the game, and instead the team loses. And her dad tells her, "Honey, we are so proud of you beyond words because of the courage you showed by volunteering to be the last kicker on the team."
Fouls on blue. 20.
I wasn't sure. I said that. I wasn't sure. Somehow the microphone shut off. We missed Charlotte. I didn't know that. Oh, okay. Yes.
I gotta go to work.
So, Patrick, did you happen to hear what happened? We saw a fan get ejected today. Do we know anything about what happened? We heard Steve Whitmer talk to the fan. I believe it. This was the last game, and the fan was ejected from the building. All I saw him, he was sitting right here. I saw him stand up. Something about heckling, and that was it. So, not sure what happened. Wasn't too far into the game. It was early, but he was removed from the stadium. Just wondering if you ever heard. I guess it was heckling. That's the first time I've seen that. But we'll try to find out more.
Yeah, thanks. We should get a bit.
And there's Carson. Carson looks to be in good spirits after taking a tough loss. I know he wanted to play in that game. We got a good one here, folks. 7-1. Not sure who scored. Here's Parry. Parry, the floater, good. 4 points for Parry. 9-1. There's Luke Harding, and that's going to count. So Luke out last week. Ronan, what did the Knicks look like last week without Luke Harding?
Oh my! It was like a different team. Like it was honestly kind of sad because like you know what they had everyone except so they're like they could be good, They would have won the game with Luke Harding. I'm 1,000,000% sure of
I
it.
think they would have.
Yeah, I don't see a world where they wouldn't have.
Here's Parry for 3. That's short. And Freeman saved it. Over to Lapp. Lapp loves that right side. Baseline. Just missed. And Chase Force comes down with it. Ronan, have we seen anything from Chase Force this year?
Not really.
Burke missed one. Ronan, what did you hear of the Carson Plank injury?
From what I understand, when he traveled, I think Christian said he hit him. I don't know if that did anything, but then he fell and his head bounced on the floor.
So it was Christian Horse he tangled with, and
I think so. We don't really know.
Does he appear to be okay?
Well, I mean, he didn't play the rest of the game, so I would assume not really, but I guess good enough to not go to the ER.
Parry's going to be fouled here. So Carson probably is going to get checked out by doctors after the game. I know how bad he wanted to be in there to help his team. No Jaden Palmer, that's right. One person on the bench. And Parry hits it. Ronan, can you get rid of this pizza I've been staring at all day?
Sorry.
So many people came by wanting a bite. I said, it's not mine. Okay, Parry hits them both. Here's Luke. Out at the force. Burke had a 3, declined it. Yep. See you, Patrick. Patrick Casey, everybody. There's Lapp underneath. Finger rolls good. So Ronan, we're trying to discuss the regular season MVP candidates. And there's so many. Is there any that stick out more than the other? So many. I look at all the teams, and it seems like everybody has a candidate on their team. And Ramirez came down with it. Here's Burke. Short.
I have no idea who the MVP should be.
And there's somebody making their bid right there, Isaiah Lapp. I mean, there's so many players that I'm looking at. Luke Harding, Isaiah Lapp, Carson Plank, Connor Stoltzfus. There's so many. I don't know. We got one more week to decide. Here's Harding for a bomb. That's no good at the buzzer. Well, after 1 quarter of play, it's been all Lakers. Lakers
I want to share with you how to work on your mental.
Next 4. We'll be back.
Sorry, I might have cut you off a little too early. Here, Ronan, we have to go.
You guys gotta go? Okay.
Yeah.
Can you run camera?
Okay. Does anyone have waters?
Yeah, you want some?
I don't.
Feelings, you'll never be special at anything. Number 2, you make your bed as a habit, as a discipline. Why? Because it's the last thing you feel like doing when you get out of bed. You make your bed as a habit. You practice doing it with precision, making it neat, putting your pillow just right. When you do that, not only are you starting the day with a win. You already got a win. You already got something accomplished. But in addition, you're setting your mind to be a person who's organized, a person who's disciplined, a person who's precise.
All right, Jeff Russell back here with Ronan Casey on the camera and joining me on the microphone as well. Here's Parry, short, got his own rebound, slams into Luke Harding, no call. Ray has it. Here's Ray. Drives, going to take on Parry, and nicely done. My bad. Isaiah Lapp. New Holland, Pennsylvania. See you long. Harding. Missed, no call. Looking for the call there. Rhoda, did Dallas Shan say anything after the game?
Not really. I mean, he's excited that he scored, but he didn't really say anything.
So when you guys called Shans and Stoltzfus over, what did you say to them?
I just told him that we want Connor to drive towards Dallas's area, get Dallas's man off of him, so we can just ditch it right to Dallas for an easy layup or an easy shot.
Now, do you know if Logan Eberle, it looked like he was going to lay up the breakaway.
It did.
Did somebody alert him to pass it?
Yeah, people were screaming. People were screaming for like Dallas to get the ball, and he did.
It looked like right at the last second, midair.
Yeah, he literally turned around in air and threw it to him.
And gunned it to him, and Shans buried it.
It was a great catch.
That was.
Ooh, what was that, guys?
And here's Isaiah. Nice pass underneath the Trostel, who missed it. Maxwell came down with it, got it to Long. Good job, Amir. Here's Parry for three. And that's nothing but net. Rhoda, do you think the Lakers are going to be the first team to be perfect in the boys' 7th and 9th?
Well, they have to beat us.
Yes, they do.
Well, they have to beat us again. They beat us the first time.
They beat you once. They will have to do it more than once, it looks like. Trostel missed. Parry right there.
Yeah, this Knicks team does not line up well at all against the Lakers.
Is the height advantage too much?
I don't even know if it's height. It's more of just their skill sets just do not line up.
Ray underneath, no good. Ronan, what do you think of Damian Parry this year?
He's playing great. Quite honestly, if we're speaking of value, I would say that in terms of the Lakers, Damian is more valuable to the Lakers' success than Isaiah. I think that might be wild to say.
Do you think the two of them complement each other? Is that what's going on that we're seeing?
I mean, I would certainly assume so. If they're winning every game by like 20 points. But there's another team that's winning every game by 20 points and that didn't have a developed Christian when they played him. So that's all I'll say.
All right, so we'll see if the Pistons, what they have in the playoffs.
Well, I would certainly assume that they would be like on paper favorites, having beaten us before. But I certainly like our chances.
So if you guys would meet, it probably would be in the championship game?
It would have to be in the championship game because it's looking like it's going to be us at the 2 seed, them at the 1 seed. And we might even see the Timberwolves be the 3 seed.
Long, got it to Parry, spins, floats it, missed it. Liam Ray comes down with it. Ray.
Oh my goodness.
Got it to Harding, wide open for 3. That missed everything. And they're just not feeling it right now. This Laker team is tough. Lap underneath. Rhoda, what do you say was the biggest factor for the Pistons losing their only game to the Lakers?
It's been a little while to the point where I don't quite remember, if I'm being perfectly honest with you.
Damian Parry was player of the game that game.
Oh, I do remember this. That was the one where they had to play basically perfectly to beat us, and they did.
Isaiah Lapp had a key 3-pointer late in the game.
Yeah, Isaiah Lapp had like 20 points, and Damian had like 17. And I don't think Damian's really come close to 17 yet this year.
That was a tremendous game.
So they had to play basically perfectly to beat us, and they beat us by 5 or 6 or whatever it was. So, I don't know. Our players have improved drastically every week. We see them; they've gotten better. So I'm excited because I certainly feel like we are the better team.
There's another basket. We're going to turn off the scoreboard, folks. This is getting out of hand. So the only way that the Pistons and the Lakers would see each other is in the championship game. As right now, this is becoming a mercy rule game. 25-6. Rhoda, did you expect this kind of blowout? 6 points for the Knicks?
When I thought about it originally, I figured that the Knicks would be on paper. They would look like they could match up really well against the Lakers. But then I kind of like actually saw the players next to each other. And yeah, this is what I should have expected if I would have actually thought about it. I mean, they just match up so well. Like all of the Knicks' great players, the Lakers just have better players at that position.
Here's Ray underneath. Ronan, how are the Pistons possibly going to stop this team?
Well, you'll have to wait and see.
Is there another strategy coming that we don't know?
Defensively, we are much, much better than the Knicks. This team is...
You give them the edge on offense?
Who?
The Lakers?
The Lakers? I wouldn't say so. I mean, you mean compared to us? Their offense is better than our offense? Yes, I would agree. They just have better scorers than we do. Whereas...
What about rebounding? Who do you give the edge to?
100% us. Our team, we have 3 6-footers.
There's usually.
In terms of regular season MVP, who do you have leading right now?
I am so torn, but you got to put Isaiah Lapp at the top, definitely. But Carson Plank's having a tremendous year. But
yeah, I don't
Plank did miss the game today. That hurt his status. But Isaiah Lapp missed the game as well.
His team still won by 20, so I don't know how valuable that is. I
mean, Parry's having a fantastic.
In terms of value, I think that the value that Damian brings to the team. I mean, I just said this. I think he's more valuable to their success than Isaiah is.
So definitely, all those names are up there as a candidate. Still one more week to go.
Obviously Connor and Logan, but they don't have as good of cases since they have a loss.
And today, combined with not being there last week, Luke Harding may have taken himself out of the race.
Especially getting blown out by 20 right now.
And he had a tremendous start to the season, but you have to finish it the whole way.
Well, I mean, everyone's going to have a bad game.
You can't miss a game. One game.
Yeah, you miss a game, you play bad a game. I mean, there's 7 games. So if you play excellent for 5, miss 1, and play bad in 1, it's like, okay, I mean, like, you definitely have a case. Maybe that's not as good as someone else's case, but he certainly hasn't taken himself out of the race or whatever you just said.
So probably I would have Isaiah Lapp and Parry as the top 2 that I'd be looking at between the 2 of them right now. We'll see what happens.
I might be biased, but I think that Connor should be second.
Connor Stoltzfus?
I think so.
I want to see Stoltzfus break out. He's having a good season.
He's averaging like 20.
He's having a good season. He's not. I've seen Connor play better in a few games than he has. And that being said, it's still doing tremendous. Definitely not ruling him out as the regular season MVP. All right, we'll be back after the halftime message.
And I know that sounds a very typical Sunday school answer, but really, if you looked at his Sermon on the Mount in Matthew 6-8, and understand the culture at the time, you would recognize that what he was teaching was completely countercultural. It was so different than what they knew to be true. I'm currently working through the books of 1st and 2nd Peter, and Peter was writing to new believers at the time about how they needed to live their lives in a way that went against the culture. Because of their new life in Christ, they shouldn't be joining in the sinful behaviors that they may have once found acceptable. So this led to some persecution. So Peter wrote, it was in 1 Peter 2:21. For God called you to do good, even if it means suffering, just as Christ suffered for you. He is your example, and we must follow in his steps. So as a believer, I am called to be different. And sometimes that's really hard. However, I can see Christ's example of suffering in a way that I hope to never have to experience, and have a clear understanding of how I need to live, even if that might look different. God is the one I want to glorify, not myself and not other people. Most importantly, though, I know that any earthly suffering is temporary. And because I put my faith in Christ, I know that I will spend eternity in heaven. And the hope and joy that I have knowing who I am in Christ and where I'll spend eternity makes the suffering now pale in comparison. So I encourage you to think about who you follow as an example in this life. If you're not following Christ as your Lord and Savior, I encourage you to do so. And if you're interested, you can talk to me, you can talk to Brian or anyone on the Upwards team, and be happy to talk with you. You know, it may not be easy to be different, but in light of eternity, it really is the best thing that you can do. So in my last minute or so with you, I would like to share a couple of things that we at CFC are doing to help encourage parents and also people in marriages. The first thing we have coming up is it's called Thrive Marriage Seminar, and it's taking place March 3rd and 4th, Friday evening and Saturday morning. And it's for couples, it's for marriage and retreats. So any married couples are welcome, they're told. And the cost is $25, and we do have childcare if needed. And those cards out on the table right outside the door. And also for families, for Easter this year, we are having an Easter outreach on April 2nd, Palm Sunday. We're inviting families to come and help explore the journey that Jesus took during the week, during Holy Week, leading up to his crucifixion and resurrection. So those are a couple of things that we encourage you to attend if you can. This information is also out there, and I can also answer any questions that you might have about it. Thank you.
All right, folks, let's get a look here at Charlotte Alapp, future Girls Hall of Famer right here. Watch and learn, kids. Charlotte plays for the Wings in the girls' 3rd and 4th league. And Patrick Casey has nothing but great things to say about this young lady. Katie Hoffman, watch out. She may take the title of GOAT from you one day, Katie. There she is, ladies and gentlemen, Charlotte Alapp. And the Lapps are just loaded with basketball talent. Incredible. Jeff Russell here with Ronan Casey and Jeff Russell on the camera. And we turned off the scoreboard, folks. It's 25-6. Don't want to embarrass anybody. But perhaps a good chance to talk with Ronan and see if we can settle out regular season MVP, because this is such a difficult choice. There's Lapp making his bid for regular season MVP. Ronan, it's hard to not give it to Isaiah Lapp, what he's done for this Lakers squad. I know Parry's having a tremendous season as well.
It's probably, I mean, the only like real contenders. I mean, the best team in the league is the Lakers, and then it's us, right? So our best player's Conroy. So I guess it would be those two, or our most valuable player. I don't know about this.
So you
got who, like the Clippers and Timberwolves. So it's like, so you got four guys. So it's, what are the four guys? Carson, Connor, Isaiah, I mean, I'm a big advocate for the MVP is the best player on the best team. So, I mean, you didn't give it to me when I was the best player on the best team.
you know I don't feel that way. So I try to not look at the team. It's hard not to, I understand.
Well, if we're talking about value, you take Isaiah off this team, how many wins do they get? I mean, maybe still like 3 or 4.
They might, because Parry's having a tremendous season.
I mean, realistically, in terms of actual value,
They did win without Isaiah Lapp.
in terms of wins and losses, Carson might be the most valuable player in the league. Because if you take him off that team, they don't win a game.
That's very true, very true. That's why I don't want to dismiss Carson either out of the conversation.
That being said, going from the best team in the league to like a mediocre team, that's a big drop-off compared to a mediocre team to the worst team in the league.
That it does play a role.
Isaiah, but they're still another week to go.
So-
I mean, like if
so that-
Sauer can like upset the Pistons next week and Isaiah scores like 5 points.
That's what it would probably take, an upset, somebody to really break out.
Someone who, like one of those 4 players to like really break out, while the leader who right now is probably Isaiah to not play well at all, in fact play horribly. That's really all it takes. This award is definitely Isaiah's to win.
So if he has a good game next week, he pretty much could wrap it up.
Well, they do have to win.
Who do they play?
Good question.
So the Lakers play the Timberwolves.
They should win that.
And Carson will be there, so that'll be a good challenge there. If the Timberwolves win that game and Carson plays tremendous, that definitely would help his chances, you would think. So Ronan, can you go back in time and name the last few regular season MVPs? Who did we have last year? Ryder Hertzler. And then the 2021 year.
It was me, but you gave it to Kai.
Kai Harding. I did overrule Ronan. I did. It was very, very close. It was very close. But I gave it to Kai. And he was on a bad team. But you know why? Only because of the 2 games that you didn't score. And before that,
Fonzie, right?
so that was the Raptors championship year. So Fonzie was the championship game and did he get both that year? I believe it was Fonzie. No, Luke Fox. Luke Fox. Yes. Before Luke Fox, then we look at the 2019 Rockets. Christopher Ween was both. Ronan Casey of the boys 5th and 6th. Ronan, I cannot remember for the life of me what boys 5th and 6th team won the championship in 2019. I'm trying to remember. So before the Eagles-Rams, who, the 2020? That he was 2019. After TJ's undefeated season, who was 2020? I cannot remember before Connor Stoltzfus and the Eagles won. Who the team was before that?
Jarrell's younger brother and Isaiah Lapp.
Isaiah Lapp was on that team. I do not remember.
They lost. Hold on, no, I'm wrong. They lost. They lost in the finals. I forget who they lost to. I remember Jarrell's younger brother and Isaiah Lapp were on the team.
Were we commentating at that time? I do not remember the game at all. Okay, so we did not do the boys 5th and 6th until 2020.
And that was Gaiman and Connor, right?
Yes.
And then, wait, who's 2021?
Gaiman was on the Rams. He actually lost.
Wait, no. 2021 was game in Connor.
Yes, that was the.
2020?
That was that's who I was trying to figure out who the 2020 boys 5th and 6th were, because we were not covering the boys 5th and 6th at that time.
And then 2022 was
The Stallions, or the Wildcats, Gabriel Hoover, who is actually here. 31-10 here, folks.
2023 is going to be Chase Bolton, right?
It could, no. Mitch Hertzler's Rams are looking to be undefeated, added to the perfect season list. They look like heavy favorites to do that, actually. I'm not sure what they did today. I'm pretty sure they were playing one of the bottom teams in the league today. Actually, they were playing a team that was 0-5, and they were 5-0.
Okay, probably more.
So the Rams definitely look like the team to beat. And the boys 5th and 6th, and the girls 5th and 6th. Ryan Doherty's Lady Tigers are 7-0. But the Cardinals, Cheryl Russell's Cardinals, who gave them a battle twice now, if the two of them are to face each other again, it will not be until the championship game. So that's what it's looking like it's going to come down to the girls' league. 32-10 here, folks, as the Lakers are just proving their dominance of this league. But you certainly can't rule out the Pistons by no stretch of the imagination. So, Ronan, have you and your father already discussed the championship game and the strategy? Has there been a Casey discussion around the Lakers?
A specific part of our game plan that we cannot address on camera, we have gone over multiple times. If they try to zone us for the whole game, we are going to win, because our zone game plan is they don't have the personnel to zone our players because of how tall we are. But we didn't know what we were doing in 3 right when we played. Because that was actually the first time we played against the zone defense, and then we played nothing but zone. So we've gotten a chance to improve our ability to tackle zone defense. So.
Do you already have matchups in mind? And will we see anything different in the second matchup compared to the first?
Yes, you will.
Now, if things are not going as planned, will there be an emergency plan B? So let's say by halftime, Lakers are probably up 5 or 6, maybe 7. Will the Caseys adjust?
We would have to lead down 25 to
25 to come off your original game plan?
I mean, part of basketball is that, like, great players make great plays. So, and it's also just a game of runs. So if they go on a 7-0 run to end the half and we're only down like 5, so yeah, I'm not worried about that. Like, we come out the half, we go on our own run. So and if we're down like 20, then it's kind of like, okay, well, I'm not quite sure how we're gonna win this game. But I don't really see that happening. I mean, if our guys come out slow, that's one thing that the Lakers don't do. The Lakers always come out strong. But if we come out strong, we should be fine. That doesn't mean blow them out, but that means we should be winning the whole game and end up winning. Anything can happen.
What if anything caught you by surprise the most when the Pistons played the Lakers?
Oh, just how well he did. Because I was watching him before that point. I mean, he had the best game of the season against us.
Here he is for 3, just missed. And there's the first time we heard Chet Cole's all game for the first time, down 34-12. So right now, if we look at the standings, let's bring those up. Lakers are going to be 6-0 at the top, followed by the Pistons 5-1, Timberwolves at 4-2. And Parry for a bomb, almost hit it. And we'll continue this discussion right after this timeout. 1 quarter left, folks.
I prefer that my parents, if I play bad, don't say anything. And if I play well, it doesn't really matter if they compliment me on how I play. I just I don't know, I prefer my parents to, not talk as much.
She tells me to get in the position that my coach told me not to get in. I'm like, well, no. And then she's like, get in your position. I'm like, no.
Coming from the coach's mouth is kind of better, I feel like, because your parents are there to support you and your coach is there to help you, you know?
They don't need to, always be, telling me what to do, every minute of the game. They kind of just gotta let me play.
I love when you say, really nice. I got it, Mom.
I'd like to look back and I'd like to see you, smile or, give me a thumbs up.
Mom, I wish you would be a little bit quieter.
All right, Jeff Russell back here with Ronan Casey. And we are discussing the boys 7th and 9th playoff scenarios. Ronan, what does it look like?
It's looking like, under the assumption there are no upsets, it's going to look like the Lakers will take the top seed, followed by the Pistons, and it's most likely going to be so it's either the Timberwolves, Knicks, and Celtics. Timberwolves, Knicks, and Celtics most likely will be 4 and 3 by the conclusion of the last week of the season.
Liam Ragg.
Out of those 3 teams, I'm pretty sure the tiebreakers will align that the Timberwolves would actually be the top team there. So it would go Lakers, Pistons, Timberwolves, Celtics, Knicks, Nets, Warriors, Clippers. Which means that in terms
Is there a first round bye?
No. So that means that the Lakers would play the Clippers in the first round, Pistons would play the Warriors, Timberwolves would play the Nets. No. Yes. And the Knicks would play the Celtics.
Now, if the Celtics win their game today and move to 5-2 or 4-2, so this is what you're assuming that the Celtics win today.
I am.
Against TJ Botal's Nets.
They definitely could lose, but they are definitely favorites.
Drew Weaver could have a big day, you never know.
Yep.
But if they don't, so this is how it would play out, folks. So the Lakers would play the Warriors or Clippers, whoever wins today. Pistons would then play the loser, the winner of the Warriors-Lakers game, the Warriors-Clippers game today. Timberwolves would face off against the Nets. So all that would be in 2 Fridays from now. So the boys' 5th and 6th playoff games are on Thursday. The boys' 7th and 9th would play in 2 Fridays. Here at CFC. Luke Harding took a shot. So let's go over this again. Lakers, assuming the Clippers lose today, it'll be Lakers, Clippers, Pistons, Warriors, Timberwolves, Nets, and Knicks and Celtics. So Chick Coles would face off against Anne Marie. So does Anne Marie get the lower seed if they're both 4-2?
Anne Marie would get the higher seed. It would be the Celtics.
So you're saying the Timberwolves would play the Knicks. So the Timberwolves and Celtics would both be 4-2. Did they play each other? The Timberwolves and Celtics. I think then the Timberwolves won. I believe they beat Anne Marie. You'd have to scroll back and look. Let's find out. Try to get you an accurate playoff picture, folks. 35-18 here at this game. The Celtics and the Timberwolves. They would both end up at 4-2. Now, we haven't looked at week 7 yet. Let's see who do the Timberwolves. They play the Lakers, so they would end at 4-3. And Anne Marie would be at 4-3 as well if she loses to the Pistons, which is a likely scenario. Okay. So out of the Celtics Timberwolves, who won that game? Does it say? So Anne Marie beat. Okay. So Anne Marie would get the lower of the seeds, so she would play the Nets, which would leave Timberwolves and Knicks. Let's type out the scenario here, see what it looks like. And we have an injured player. We'll be back.
In this drill, the defender will start between the offensive player and the basketball. On the clap, the defensive player is going to make contact with their forearm and then turn their backside to complete the box out. They need to hold this for 3 seconds to complete the drill. If the offensive player is able to touch the basketball within 3 seconds, they score a point. If the defender can hold them off, they score a point. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Good job. 1, 2, 3.
All right, we're back here with 3:15 left to go. And the Lakers comfortably ahead in this one. 35-18. As Chase Force just had an injury. Not sure what it is. He did walk off on his own. So I'm here with Ronan Casey. We're trying to discuss the playoff scenarios.
The problem is that the Timberwolves, Knicks, and Celtics are all going to be 4-3. But the problem, the other problem is the Timberwolves, but the Celtics have beaten the Timberwolves.
I don't think your mic's on. You're powered off. Okay, sorry about that, folks. We were unaware that Ronan's microphone was off. So, Ronan, give us a breakdown of how Week 7 plays out.
Well, it all depends on the outcome of the games themselves. But it's highly likely that the Timberwolves, Knicks, and Celtics are all going to end the season 4-3. But then it's a weird triangle issue where the Timberwolves have beaten the Knicks but lost to the Celtics. And the Knicks have also lost to the Celtics.
There's Burke. And Ronan, we got a little game brewing here.
I'm not worried if I'm a Lakers fan.
35-21. Here's Parry for 3. No good. Von Seckendorf stepped on the line. Now with 2:33 left to go, Chick Coles' Knicks are making this interesting.
They're losing by 16.
Here's Parry trying to bully his way in. What a shot. And that ought to quiet things down. Rona, do we have an official playoff scenario set up yet?
Liam
Ray fouled and it counts. So Ronan, I don't remember. Well, we never had 8 teams in the boys 7 to 9 yet. This is the first season, so we don't know if there'll be a first round bye. You don't think there'll be a first round bye?
There won't be.
Let's see if we can find Brian Conroy. Is Brian available anywhere? I don't see him. We'll be back.
Here's an example of what to do. Joni is a 13-year-old soccer player, but this story applies to any sport. With her parents in the stands and her whole team watching and holding their breath at the end of the game, she misses a final penalty kick on goal that would have tied the game, and instead the team loses. And her dad tells her, "Honey, we are so proud of you beyond words because of the courage you showed by volunteering to be the last kicker on the team."
(37-23), a minute 56 left. Well, the Knicks aren't going down without a fight. Here's Parry. Parry having fun out there. Minute 30 left. There's Luke Harding. No good. So, Rhoda, what game do we have coming up next? There's Anne-Marie. Go Birds.
Nets? Oh, okay, my bad.
There's Parry for a long three. Missed it. Here's Burke, the former Ram. He'll pull for three. Yes. Preston Burke. Rhoda, what do we see for Preston Burke in his 9th grade year? Is there a chance for regular season MVP for Merck next year?
Oh, okay. I don't know, maybe.
Here he is for another three.
I don't really understand why there's so much yelling when the game is like over.
It's only an 11-point game.
Only 11 points.
Here's Yearsley. And Fidel's going to get him on a travel. Rona, do you like the call? Here's Harding. Luke, they need threes. It's going to drive.
Even if they cut it to 9, they need a 3 every 10 seconds. So they need to force like 3 turnovers and hit 3 threes just to tie the game and make both these free throws. I mean, sure, it's exciting, but I mean,
37-26. And Luke made it. So now it's a 10-point game. You never write off Chick Coles. That's one thing I learned. Chick's on his feet. Luke hits both. We got a 9-point game, Ronan. Rhoda, we're going to stay right here.
Okay.
Rhoda, what are the odds of winning this game for the Knicks?
The Knicks need a Tracy McGrady 2.0 out of Luke Harding right now. I mean, 9 points in 30 seconds. So they need 3 points every 10 seconds. Yeah, but that was like a 4-point game with like a minute left, and it felt so close. Oh, my bad. I mean, sure, it's exciting. I mean, it's definitely exhilarating. It's better than just like a 25-point blowout. I'm glad they made it close, but yeah, I don't understand
Here we go, long to inbound. Over the head of Maxwell, and that's going to be a quick change of possession. Ronan, what are we witnessing right now?
Wait, why is the ball being inbounded down there?
It was over the head of Maxwell. That's where it went out. And look at this, they're rolling the ball, saving time, a genius play. Here's Yearsley. He's going to pull from 12 feet, missed it. Lap comes down. Burke trying to foul. 19 seconds. Parry's just looking around, throws it way up into the air. Maxwell gets hammered as he catches it.
Yeah, I mean, it was exciting, but it was never really going to happen. But at least they made it close.
You need 3 threes in 13 seconds. We've seen Reggie Miller do it.
13 seconds?
Reggie Miller did it in 9 seconds, I believe. Parry looking around. Nobody's fouling him. They got a foul. Now Ray pushes him. Parry did not like the way he fouled him. So 7 seconds left. They had their chance, Ronan. What did they need to do? Ronan, what did the Knicks need to do right there to pull the miracle?
This game has been over in my mind. So it was fun.
You're saying there was no chance.
I don't think there was ever really. I mean, they needed, after that steal, the long inbound steal, they needed to roll it up, beat this guy out the dribble, and then hit a 3. So there was like, it was a 6-point game with, what would that have been, like 25, 30 seconds left? One thing I appreciate with Coach Chick is that he understands what it takes to win. He was yelling at his players to run to the huddle during the timeout, and I heard a mom say, "Why are you yelling at your own players?" It's because he wants to win a championship.
Burke at the buzzer, and that's it.
You got to respect.
Ronan, do we have a player of the game?
Isaiah.
Isaiah Lapp, congratulations, player of the game, 37-28. Your final, Lakers move to 6-0.
We have
Stay tuned, TJ Botal taking on Anne-Marie Boley and the Celtics coming up.
We have 2 more.